All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ferris. Welcome to Beer Time. So, just a little bit about myself. If you don't know anything about me, a couple of things you could infer from my glorious physique. I like beer. Also, my people have been telling people what we think, regardless of whether or not they want to hear it, for generations. So, the days of social media have been good to us. With that said, I'm planning on bringing this here. Hopefully this will be the first of many videos. Just so that way we, well, if you're into beer, cider, that sort of stuff, you can find out what I think about stuff, even if stuff's real kind of hard to find for where you're at. Beer distribution is kind of a weird thing here in the States. That being said, let's talk about what we've got right here. This is Deschutes Jubelale. It's their winter beer. On the bottle they say you've got flavor profiles of chicory, dried fruit, and toffee notes. It is a robust ale with warming spices, as they say. It's got 65 IBUs, that's International Bittering Units, kind of a measure of how bitter it is on your hop profile, and alcohol rating of 6.7%. So, not fooling around with this stuff here. This stuff will lay you out if you're not careful. Just having had some stuff from Deschutes before, I've got pretty good hopes for this particular brewery. I've had a lot of their stuff before. Real solid stuff. You know, if you can find any of their stuff, I recommend that you try them, depending on what beer you've got. Their pale ale is excellent. Their stout's real good. Anyway, let's dive right into this stuff here. Slanchik. That's good, I gotta say. Now, really, my job's kind of easy with this. I don't think there is such a thing as a bad beer. However, there is such a thing as the bad timing for a type of beer. For example, this stuff here, as you might have gathered from the flavor profile, real kind of heavy, bitter malt flavor. Perfect for, let's say, if you've got a favorite book or you're watching Netflix, you got the fire going. Great beer to hibernate with. You know, it'll fill you up, it'll warm you up. You can enjoy it over a prolonged period of time. Or even with a good holiday meal, this stuff would pair real well with a steak, barbecue pulled pork, anything kind of rich and hearty. This will stand up to it. If you're a coffee flavor, this is real good. You'll like this. If you were doing, say, yard work or moving furniture, and you wanted a beer to wash everything down, or even after a workout, not necessarily the sort of beer you'd want for that. You know, this is the sort of beer that will make you sit down while you're drinking it. As you can see. Color-wise, real rich kind of mahogany color. Pretty good clarity on that too. It's a real sign of a product that's got their stuff together. Which I know from experience Deschutes has. By the way, if anyone from Deschutes is watching this, real great stuff you guys have here. Big fan. You guys knocked it out of the park with this one. I'm not going to say it's the best beer I've ever had. I'd say probably about 4.25 stars out of 5. You know, it hasn't, you know, it's good. Absolutely fantastic. Now, let's talk about price point real quick. I got this for about $8. $8 and change from Walmart, which, credit where it's due, they actually have a pretty good beer selection out here in the States. Not sure if that's true everywhere in, you know, outside of California, but they got some pretty good stuff. Now, if you don't think $8 for a 6-pack of good beer is fine, that's fine. You know, I ain't one to judge. But for a craft beer of this quality, That's excellent value. I'm not as big a fan of the winter ale type beers, or even of like stouts, porters, which this is actually fairly close to a porter, as everything else. I think if I were a fan of this, I wouldn't spend much more than 8. I would probably go as high as about 10, and even then that's kind of pushing it. So if you can't find this stuff regularly, talk to your local liquor store. If you've got a Beverages and More in your area, they might have something along these lines because they sometimes feature beers there. I'd say about 8, 9 would be a fairly fair price to pay for a 6-pack of this stuff. If you can find it in a bar, more power to you. It's good. Excellent, even. I mean, if you're not the person to spend more than $6 for a 6-pack, that's fine too. You know, but you are missing out. I will say that. This is a good hallmark of what beer can be. I really can't say too much more than that, really. You know, I don't want to bore anybody with stuff like the Reinheitsgebot or differences between ales and porters. Long story short, good beer, good price point, and then hopefully we'll see you guys for the next review. In the meantime, feel free to follow me on Twitter at irons_fox. My feed isn't that interesting, but I got some funny stuff on there. And besides, if you're going to spend some time waste time watching me drink beer, you might find my feed interesting. In the meantime, be safe, drink responsibly, and have a good night.